Hi, it's Doug from DTA Designs Inc. talking about major equipment maintenance within our fire department theme. After signing into your website, you will be presented with the firefighter's homepage. Your homepage will look a little different than what is being shown to you here, as your website will be customized for your fire department. Also, your fire department may not have implemented all options available in the fire department theme. Click on the equipment item from the menu bar. Now click on the major equipment button, followed by clicking on the add equipment button. I would now like to go over this page for adding major equipment into our website. Any major equipment added to the website will be able to have inspection reports performed on them if you like. You have to see the video on an inspection report maintenance to see how to do that. We can even add the fire stations as major equipment if you like inspection reports on the fire station. I know a fire station isn't really a major piece of equipment in the true sense, but we can trick the system into treating the fire station as a major piece of equipment without showing it as a major piece of equipment to the public. Equipment description is self-explanatory. However, I do want to point out that the description is used by the instant reporting. Based on the responding unit section within the email that the parsing program receives, it will try to match your equipment description to the equipment names or numbers found in that email. Fire station is where the equipment is physically located. If you only have one fire station, then this will be automatically selected for you. Otherwise, you need to choose the fire station. Odometer, if marked with a yes, will indicate that this piece of equipment has an odometer. At inspection report time, the system will ask for the odometer reading based on the yes. In service is whether this piece of equipment is currently in active service within your fire department. If this is set to no, then this equipment will not show in the inspection reports until it's put back in service. Show in equipment gallery photos is where we can decide whether we would like this piece of equipment shown to the public on the fire station's page. If we added a fire station so we could do an inspection report on it, this is where we would trick the system to not show this piece of equipment to the public, but still have it listed at inspection report time. Can submit ad hoc inspection reports. This will only be available to you if your fire department does ad hoc inspection reports. An ad hoc inspection report is where you do your regular weekly inspection report, but also do one after returning to the fire station after a call. Another example would be if you do inspection reports on a less frequent basis than weekly for a piece of equipment, then you would click yes. Let's add fire stations as major equipment so you can do inspection reports on them, as well as showing you what happens when you select no for show in equipment gallery photos. You get a confirmation message that the major equipment was added successfully. I added the other fire station offline. So let's now add our fire and rescue truck. I filled in the information offline. Notice we clicked yes for odometer and show in equipment gallery photos. Also notice this equipment will not be available for ad hoc inspection reports. Let's click on the add equipment button. We get a confirmation message that the equipment was added successfully, but this time we stay on the same page where we have to enter more information. This additional information is because we clicked yes for show in equipment gallery photos. Let's quickly go over the additional fields. You can have up to 3 lines of comments regarding the equipment, which will be shown on the fire station's page. Only line 1 is mandatory, the other 2 lines are optional. It is important to understand that any editing of your images should be performed using third-party image editing software. When you upload your image, the image is only cropped to the size mentioned under the Browse button. The aspect ratio will remain the same. So if you have too much sky shown in your image before the upload, then there will still be too much sky shown after the upload. I have added a single comment line and have navigated to the location of my image. Notice how the file name field is now showing. Now let's click on Add Photo Comments button. We get a confirmation message telling us that the update of the comments and photo upload was successful. You can now see the actual photo that you uploaded. I will now go offline to add a few more pieces of equipment. As you can see, I have added some more equipment to both fire stations. You can update a piece of equipment by clicking on the Update button to the left of the equipment name. Let's go ahead and update the Bedrock Hall. We will take the Bedrock Hall out of service by clicking on the No button underneath the In Service caption. Notice the review S0G4009 if taking equipment out of service. If your fire department has special instructions regarding taking equipment out of service, then it will be shown here. Anytime you update the in-service option, you must explain why you're doing it. In our case, we are doing it so the delete button will be shown to us. After clicking on the update equipment button, you will get a confirmation message letting you know that your update was successful. You can do further updates to this piece of equipment or return to the major equipment listings. Notice that we now have a delete button to the right of the Bedrock Hall. You can only delete equipment that is not in service. So let's go ahead and delete the Bedrock Hall by clicking on the delete button. All fields are non-editable except for the reason for deletion text box. Enter the reason you are deleting the equipment and press on the delete equipment button. We get a confirmation message and you will notice that the Bedrock Hall is no longer on the listings page. I have added the Bedrock Hall back in as a piece of equipment, as you can see. The equipment called air tanks for both the Bedrock Hall and Orbit Hall, as well as the Bedrock Hall and Orbit Hall themselves, all have the option of No for Show in Equipment Gallery Photos. Let's look at the fire station's page so that you can see that the air tanks, as well as the Bedrock Hall and Orbit Hall, don't show up in the equipment slideshow because of the No setting for Show in Equipment Gallery Photos. You will also see how your comments are displayed now as well. That concludes the major equipment maintenance video on the fire department theme by DTA Designs Inc. Thanks for watching.